Because y'all, the intro gets me every single time. Golly. I mean, what did I do to deserve? What did I do to deserve? I'm so grateful to be here, y'all. Welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Are y'all good? Are y'all straight? Are y'all straight? Are y'all good? Alright, cool. Listen, for the old heads, yeah, welcome. What up? Have a seat, sit down, relax, chill. For the newcomers, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all for hopping on. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into the intro. Welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. I'm your host, Domo Jones. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the house rules, shall we? All right, then, let's get it. No profanity on the show now, because you know that we not doing. It's too many words. Like it's just too like. Come on now, make it make sense, and it is by using so many words. What up, Sharice? Love you. Also, we do no bashing of race, religion, gender, politics, or sexual preferences, because y'all know that we all kinfolk, right? Because from one blood he made all the nations. So like we family. Like all y'all invited to the barbecue, and tell them I sent you, because who gonna check for me? Exactly. Anybody gonna check for me? All y'all coming? All y'all coming? Aunties, uncles, the great uncles, because I mean y'all already know. Y'all know it's good. Also, we do wait before I say that. Let me say this. This show is called One Billion Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. Hi, Grandma. Love you. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Come on, Grandma. You got a song in your heart. You got a song in your heart. All right, this show represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. Some of y'all know what I'm about to say. But for the new ones, learn very quickly. Get you one of us in your circle. Don't get you one of me, but get you one of us in your circle. Get you one of us in your circle. Let me tell you, there is some favor, major favor, that comes with having someone with a disability and or medical condition in your circle. It's some perks. Don't let the disability fool you, because we a dope soul. I'm telling you, like, our community is top tier. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You're welcome. You are welcome. That's it. Also, we do talk about Jesus Christ on this show, and that is very important because that's going to forever be. As long as the show is standing, Jesus Christ is going to be in the mix of it all. Like, he the main thing, so we about to keep him the main thing. And that's my dog. So he should technically be yours too, because, I mean, like, the guy's on a whole nother level. The guy is, like, he all right with me. Like, the guy, okay, have a little talk with you, tell him about your trouble, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say about that. Also, this is one of the most important house rules. Are you ready? Okay, cool. This show is one of the shows. I don't want. Well, I was about to say the most. What was I about to say? The number one, but it's. I don't think it's the only show. So we're gonna say this show is one of the shows that has a hostess with a disability, that has guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. Lady O, Tyler Perry, and Mother Ellen DeGenerate. I'm coming to the house. Like, I'm coming to all you guys' houses. And that's that. Like, Lady O, I'm coming to the house first. We're going to hopscotch and rock. You feel me? We're going to have a little chat. Do a little 1-2. Then I'm going to go around the corner. Well, I'm going to go across the street first. Go across the street to Tyler Perry's house. Or we can go to your studio. We could talk a little bit. You know, do a little 1-2 conversation. And then we're going to go up the street real quick around the corner to Lady Ellen DeGenerate's house. I mean, it's a it makes sense to me. That's all I'm saying. It makes a lot of sense to me. And that's how it's gonna happen. And that's that. All right, so those are the house rules. Yeah, can y'all tell? I have my VA energy drink. I am on a 13. And with that being said, Gabe, who is the brave heart for this week? Like, who is it? Okay, at rolling with Tone Ye or Tony E. I don't know. We're gonna say Tony E. No, we're gonna say Tony Ye because Tony A sound a little prestige. We like Tony A. Rolling with Tony A. Her medical condition is spinal muscular atrophy. But let me tell you, first of all, she's out and about because she's looking like she's on the beach or whatnot. And you can tell that that is her daughter. So that makes it even more better. Like, you have a medical condition and yet God graced you with a child. Come on. And she fly. God just, he be doing his thing, Fizzle. Thank you, rolling with Tanya. I hope I really said her name right because that would be horrible if it's like actually it's not Tony, it's actually that would be horrible. But at rolling with Tony, at rolling with Tony E, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for breaking the stigma beyond your condition. Thank you so much for proving that like we here and we still get stuff done. I love it. I love the fact that you're showing that you're with your daughter. I think that's super dope. You're the brave heart for this week, and we appreciate you. All right, so with that being said, I need to talk to y'all a little bit because I have been named this title, and I don't really know if it's not really my thing. All right, so um, people have been asking me or claiming that I am a disability advocate. Now, because of the show and the nature of the show. Now, let me tell you, I am not a disability advocate. I consider myself as a representative, a disability representative. Because to me, and this is just my opinion, this is just my view, I view someone that is an advocate as a person that has to prove their rights to be noticed, to be seen, to be a part, to be wanted, to be. And my thing is, here's the thing. When you don't have to invite me nowhere. I ain't got to be included. You ain't got to remember me. But when I show up, you're going to be reminded that I ain't going nowhere. You're going to forever be reminded. Every time you see me pop up, every time you see me, every time I'm around, you're going to be constantly be reminded, and you're going to have to go to protocol to what is accessible for me. So I don't really have to advocate for who I am because God created me for who I am, right? So if he created me this way, he's going to create the resources for me to live, right? I ain't got to advocate. Now, nothing against those that advocate for us and the rights but here's the thing, I don't know not a doggone bylaw, try law, my law, your law, us law. I don't know no laws to prove that we need to be included. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna include myself, and you gonna have to conform. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I ain't going to no conference meeting. I ain't going to no jurisdiction. Oh wait, that's church. I'm so churchy. I ain't going to none of them to prove to you how important I am or my community. I'm gonna show up, and that's gonna remind you how important I am because I ain't going nowhere. That's it. That's it. So I appreciate those that view me as an advocate, but let's just switch up that term. I don't need to advocate for something that God has put in me. Like, you feel me? I know. I don't have to, I ain't gotta do none of that. Like, it just is what it is. And I'm grateful for that. Period, mom. Period. I'ma show up. I'ma show up and show out. And that's it. Okay, so my guest was here and I don't see her in the background, but that's okay though. Because oh wait, I think and she popped back on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so let me tell y'all about this next guest. Of course, I just met her. Duh. Cause y'all know that's how my guests get down. Like, I don't know nothing about them until I meet them in 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a show. Now, the dope thing is this though. I met her through my dad, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Dad, for telling me about her. But here's the thing: she's automatically dope because we have the same name. Like off tops, like off the top, we have the same name, so she's automatically top tier. Like without her saying anything, I saw her name. I said yes. What else are we talking about? Um, sure thing. Yes, that's it. That's it. The only difference is we pronounce our name differently, but that doesn't matter because she's still top tier. Okay, I'm just bring y'all on. I'm just bring her on. Dominique, come on, let's get on. Let's get on. Let's get it. Let's
Hi.
get it. Let's get what I thought. We she in here. She in here. Let's go.
I'm
Thank
here.
you so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so blessed and honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're definitely welcome. All right, so let's get. Oh, my mom. Thank you, Gabe. My mom about to say something. Pronounce it right. That's what she said. All right, so let's get into let's get into your story because I'm super excited and interested to hear. All right, so tell the people where you're from and the name of your disability or medical condition.
Okay, sure. Well, my name is Dominique Howard Charles, and I am from Los Angeles, California slash Carson. And I was born with a deformative extreme right club foot. So they saw it in the womb, and it's something that's in my family history. My mom's wasn't severe, but my grandfather's was severe, and when I was born I was severe. I feel like it just skips every generation.
Every generation. Okay, so for people that don't know, can you explain what a cleft foot is?
Okay, so when I was it's your foot is literally shaped like a little club. But it could be very severe, like basically walking. I was born with my foot turned this way. And as a baby, they had to turn it this way, put a cast on it. I also had a surgery as a baby, which is really rare. And then later in life, I had another surgery. And everyone's seen Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
The braces, when he started running, oh man, all the way up until the age of 12, I was in cast braces. Those braces, actually, I had those braces, corrective
Really?
shoes. I learned how to crawl in cast.
What?
Way up and down. And it's been like that for years after surgeries and stuff. So yeah, I've had quite the journey with
Yeah, no,
this
for real.
clubfoot. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
was go ahead. I was gonna say when I had surgery, and I didn't actually I tripped. My brother tripped me when I was younger, and I had just had surgery and they had put a cast, and I didn't know my wound had opened. One more day and I would have had to lost my foot because it had opened. But my aunt was a nurse and she said, "Your foot doesn't smell right." I was a kid. I went in and they could not put me to sleep. And I literally had to have them clean my foot. And I was off my feet for 2 years as
To
a result. 2 years with
oh my
daily changing of dressings. Couldn't walk for 2 years. Homeschool, tutor, the whole thing.
That is correct. Because I was literally just about to ask you, like, okay, so what up, Ashley? I love you. I was just about to ask you, so like, were you able to walk? Wait, before I say that, I want to start from the beginning because this story is so interesting to me. Because just the fact that like we all seen the braces on Forrest Gump, but to actually hear someone say like, no, that was actually my real life, like
It
that was
was.
crazy. So once your parents found out about this condition called clubfoot, like all that, and you were born, like what did they tell you, that what did they say? Like you just got a clubfoot and that's it?
Yeah, my mom said that they told her, like, oh, we see something. Baby's foot looks a little weird in the womb. And she was like, oh, okay, it's fine. And when I came, my dad goes, oh, that must be something on your mom's side of the family because it's not on my side. And which it was, I got it through, like, my grandfather had it really bad. And he had it way back in the day before they even had more technology.
Mm-hmm.
His pictures, his foot, he's literally laying on his foot. It's like, he just walked like your foot is curved just like that, and he just was walking basically on his ankle. But that's old school, and as I got older, technology changed. Like the surgery they performed on my foot, they don't perform that on kids anymore who have club foot. It's changed so much,
Really?
technology. Yeah. So yeah,
So
it's you know.
with clubfoot, is there a cure for it? Like, did they ever say like, or is there like, okay, you have it, you do surgery and you get better, or is it you have it to function? You have the surgery to function.
I think it was more so to function. It wasn't a cure. For years, one of the things they told me at one point was this really hard surgery where they would cut my Achilles tendons to release muscles in my foot. But they were like, it's a high risk surgery. I'm a plus size girl too. So they were like, that's like very risky in itself. So yeah, like they had those options, but nothing to cure it, just maybe to make it a little bit easier.
Easier, yeah. Halo, love you. I think that so when that is amazing. That man. So when you oh man, did I just mess that up? Okay, cool. So when you had the braces, how
Mhm.
long did you wear them?
Oh man. Years back and forth.
Yeah.
I even had those casts where you lay on the bed and they're connected, like one here. They've done so many corrective things all the way up until I was about 12 years old. I had all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I wore those braces, oh man, a couple years back and forth. They would take me out of braces, put me in a cast, then they would put me back. It was back and forth. So yeah, I wore those braces for a long time, actually.
Did you ever like miss school?
Yeah, I actually did. That is why to this day I have issues to me with math, especially long division. Like I struggle there because the year that
Me
they were
too.
teaching it, I was out of school. And so long division, that one I might have I still struggle with that today. Math is not my greatest
Yep.
subject. So yeah, I think I missed about a year and a half of school between third and fourth grade.
Wow.
Hmm.
So okay, so you basically had this since birth.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't know like life any differently, right?
No, no different.
Okay.
Well, that's actually not true. Well, you know what? Let me say this. It's been stages and it's odd. I mean, it's been severe, but it's been different levels of severe depending on different parts of my life, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was younger, like I'm chunkier now, so I was at my heaviest. I've lost some significant weight in the last 2 years. Before
Come on,
that point,
girl.
I was thank you so
Come
much.
on.
I was so like, yeah, that helped a lot. Another thing with clubfoot, it's like automatic that you will develop severe arthritis in the foot. Your foot looks, it deteriorates the muscles. And so for me, yeah, different stages, they've been different. So yeah, muscle deterioration and the movement of my foot, stiffness, definitely there. And the weight loss helped it to manage it a little bit better because it was
Mm-hmm.
more extreme.
Man, so when it came to like friends and like the prime of your life, meaning like when you were like 16, 17, like when you was
Oh
when you
yeah.
was trying to figure out life, when you were trying to, be cute and all that jazz. When it came down to friends hanging out, were you able to do that, and were you accepted?
Yes, oddly enough. Okay, so I've been wearing corrective shoes after the age of 12. After that my foot healed and stuff like that, I was able to walk on my foot better. I was able to just wear tennis shoes. Now I couldn't learn how to skate. I was completely restricted. I couldn't ride a bike. I never learned because of it. But as far as friends and acceptance, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I was an adaptive PE. I had an IEP though, the all my years, just because
Okay.
of course of the condition. But friends and I was accepted. Not a lot of people actually knew that I had a club foot unless I took off my shoe because my foot is half a size smaller than the other. And they go, "Well, like, that happened to me before." And they're like, "Oh, like, hey," like they'll go, "Where's the rest of your foot?" Or they would say little stuff like that. But they didn't exactly know until then. So, I mean, I was okay in junior high and high school,
Yeah,
all
high
those, because I
school.
was able to wear tennis shoes and I concealed it. No one really knew.
Let me tell you, you just pulled like a few heartstrings, because you said a few things that I can relate to. I don't have a club foot, but I have like a drop foot, and I wear leg braces. I wear AFOs, like, if you know what that is. Like, I have,
Orthotics, yeah.
yeah, it's like, and I feet problems are that's my thing. That's what I struggle with. That's what I deal with a lot. And one side is shorter than the other. So when it
Yep.
came down to skating, when it came down to riding a bike,
Mhm. Mhm.
never learned, never could learn.
Right.
And
Mhm.
then when also, and I'm of course, like, growing up, that's like the two most important things that people learn. I'm like, well, I ain't got that. But when it came down to what you said, dang, what did you just say? Oh, when your foot is smaller than the other, like that. Me too.
Yep. Mhm.
I can attest to that too. Like,
Yeah.
I wear on my right foot is a 4.5. My left is a 6.5.
Yep.
But nobody knows that because of the shoes. Like you said, like, nobody will
Mhm.
ever know
Yeah.
unless I
Nobody
tell.
knows. Unless you tell them, or like you took your shoe off or something, then they would see. Otherwise, it's like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Except like over time, my shoe, I might lean because of my club foot. I might lean. My shoes might lean. One foot, my
Yeah.
foot will start to lean in my little tennis shoes and stuff over time. But you're right. Aside from that, nobody
Yeah.
really knew. Yeah, the
That is.
orthotics, the foot, they would, all the little stuff that they do to help you be
Yeah.
comfortable in your foot, and people wouldn't know unless you took off your shoes.
Yeah. Now, did you ever have to go to like through like physical therapy at all?
Oh yeah. Physical therapy. I think I did acupuncture a couple of times for the pain. But yeah, I've done physical therapy like my entire life. Trying to
Girl,
pick up marbles with my toes, like the whole I hate that one. But yeah,
I know.
I'm still actually in physical therapy now. I go to water aerobics, water therapy like 3 to 4 days a week. I am at a heated pool, so I still have physical therapy to this day.
That's cool. So, like, with a club foot, do they kind of, is there a certain way to walk? Do they teach you like a
No,
certain way to walk?
no, well, sorta. They will try to tell you. I do know, like they'll try to get you to not overcompensate, like the side that you, because I do overcompensate on the left side because it's the side that doesn't have any, issues, and so I overcompensate. Maybe put more weight on this side. Or when I go to the nail shop, the perfect example is when you go to nail shop, like this foot is like crusty, and this one is all light, and they always go, "Oh, this one is so." It's because I overcompensate on the left side, and
Yeah.
the right side is like a baby's foot.
Right.
Whenever she's doing it, and so yeah, you do have to, and I have to try to practice walking a certain type of way so that you don't overcompensate. Try to be conscious, but I still do it.
Girl, me too. I get that totally. My right side is so soft and just like
Hmm.
baby like, and my left side is just like rough. Like, you've been through the ringer, and I'm
Yep,
like, yeah, like it just comes, comes with territory. But do
it
you
comes with it.
you have any like medical accessories, walker, cane, wheelchairs, and
Yeah,
stuff?
they gave me a walker. No, one at one point I had that, but I had they given me definitely canes, special shoes, orthotics to put in my shoes and stuff like that. The cane, and the doctor actually is really pushing me not to use the cane as much because he says that once I start using it, your body becomes more dependent on it. He was like, so I do my best not to. That's why they want me to stay in physical therapy. But
Yeah,
yeah, they definitely gave me a cane and things like that.
that's crazy. Hi, Melinda. Love you, man. This is so interesting because I never knew that, with your medical condition. I have a brain tumor, so it affects my right side. But we have so much similarities in our, like, what we deal with when it comes to like muscles and feet and orthotics and all that. That's just wild to me. That's crazy. So like when
Yeah.
it came down to just living life in general, did you ever have like a weak moment or a moment to where you were like, I don't know if I like this is kind of hard.
You know what? Actually, throughout my life, there's been moments where I have had it. Like I remember before my surgery, I went to a Baptist church, and I remember the pastor got the oil, and he told me to put my foot up there, and they had the prayer circle. I was little, and they was calling on Jesus for
Right.
my foot, and that's something that always sticks in my mind. That was one. Oh, I will never forget when I was in the ninth grade. My school got to go to Europe. They got to go to Italy, and I was excited. I was a chunky kid, but they actually walk a lot in Europe, like a lot. There's not a lot of cars.
Hmm.
And I, hello, are you still there, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, okay. No, they don't have a lot of cars and stuff like that in Europe, and there's a lot of walking. And I totally accidentally didn't think about it, was walking in the hallway and came out with a group of my friends from the choir, and then they noticed the foot. They're like, "Where's the rest of your foot? What happened?" And I will never forget that. So that was one of those moments, and I used to think after that to always try to hide my foot from people because that was traumatic. It was the whole choir.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I mean, there's been little different times in my life where I've had to, adjust or explain or worry about if someone was going to accept
Hmm.
my foot or accept me. But God's been good to me the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been 100%. I've always had a lot of encouragement from family. And,
Hmm.
I wasn't teased a lot per se for my foot. But kids regularly get teased for stuff, maybe you're chunky or something, a little bit here and there. But thank God I didn't get teased a lot.
Right.
That was already a lot. That was already a lot. I didn't get a
Right.
lot of that. Thank goodness.
I
So
get that.
kids can be cruel.
No, they really can. They
They can
really,
be
cause
cruel.
you already have like cause I was chunky as a kid too. So
Yeah,
I really do. But it's like you already deal with this ongoing medical condition.
right.
And it's I gotta whatever is given, I just gotta accept it and live it. And
Yeah,
then it's like the kids don't really see past that sometimes.
right. They
And,
don't. They don't see past it. Um, and they, kids, they don't then and later on I started teaching, become a teacher and stuff, but kids are just kids. They don't know a lot of times things like that. That's like
yeah.
if you're chunky and a kid comes up to you and go, whoa, like how did you get that, your arm get this big? A kid could
Yeah.
say that. That's not a kid being cruel. That's just a kid being a kid and curious. I usually tell
Right.
them, I'll be like, oh, I ate too much chicken. And they'll go, oh my God, I'm not going to eat that much chicken.
All right. They're just really curious. Kids are
They're
curious.
curious. They're curious and they're kids. My cousin did that once. He goes, "You got a baby foot." I'm like, "I sure do." It's just life. And so being I was blessed, very blessed, in the fact that I didn't have like a horrible existence at school where people were mean to me or
Mhm.
calling me names or anything, or didn't have any boy attention. I didn't go through that part of it, which I'm very grateful for because I know a lot of people have. So
Yeah,
I was blessed with that. I always look at it like people always say, "Oh, why?" Some people feel, why was I born this way?" And I always look at it the opposite way. Like, I'm just grateful to have a foot. I almost lost it. I'm grateful to have it because I know it could be different.
it could be different. That is so
It
true.
could be
And
different.
I tell people like all the time, and even just with my life, I'm just like, be grateful for be first of all, be grateful that God graced you with this life because He know you can handle it.
Truth. That's yes. Well
Like
said.
He knew, like you're like, let's just all forget everything else. The fact that you're still here living with this medical condition says so much about how strong you are as a person.
Well, thank
You know,
you.
it's
That's
it's
nothing but God.
yeah, it's nothing but God, and I'm and
Mhm.
I don't. A lot of people think, like living with a disability or having a medical condition is like a bad thing, and that's why I create this show because I'm like, bro, we fighters, but we still live life. Like
Right.
don't get it twisted, big dog. Like we live life.
We live like, you know what? I always tell my friends, like, we'll see certain things, but in other countries, right, they have a whole different medical availability and things like that. And you'll see people, they'll be missing limbs or they're still working hard and just living their lives. They don't have the same amenities that we have here. And I always say, God, I thank you because
Yeah,
it's so different.
yeah.
I always am just every day I wake up, people are like, I remember people, you know what? It's weird. I got teased sometime for this. Like, why is she always happy? She's like so annoying. And so I got people doing that and they're like, why are you always like happy? I'm like, well, what is there not to be happy about? God has been really good to me. And I'm always smiling, always excited. And it's just because I'm just, God is good. Whatever obstacle comes my way, I always still feel that I'm okay. I'm just, I'm grateful for humanity. I'm grateful every day that I'm able to wake up, see the beauty of this world. I know there's a lot of things that go on in the world that are bad, but there's also so many beautiful things. So that's kind of like keeps me just regular with that.
That's so true. I definitely agree. I get quote unquote teased a lot. Like you always happy. Like you always in a good mood. I'm just like, yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Right.
Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm still here. Like if you dealt with everything that I dealt with, and you still waking up with your eyes open, you would be joyful, joyful. Lord, we adore you.
Right. Right.
Just as chipper as can be. That is
Chipper.
that. So okay, so I did overhear you say, well, over here. What? It's not over here. I heard you say it. I did hear you say that you are a teacher.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm not currently teaching at this moment. Like it's been like a year. It's been a couple years, but yeah, I was a teacher for grades the early education 2 through 5. I
Okay, so
taught
what
for
what
years.
made you what made you want to become a teacher?
It's odd because I don't okay, so I was looking in the summer. I was getting ready to do an internship because I was in college. I went to a
Mhm.
HBCU in Mississippi, and I was doing an internship, and I happened to go to a school. I believe it was Locke, where they had it was a school that had a whole nursery next to it or something. I grew up in a huge family. I'm the oldest of 8 children. I've been around kids my whole life and I love kids. And I just happened to and she was like, I think you would be really good. You should try out. And I'm like, seriously? And so I was like, it's the summer before I go back to school. Why not? And I did. I assistant taught. I was an assistant teacher for like 4 years. I would sub and go to different ones. And when I was in college, I was sub during the summer. And then I would go back to school. When I was out of school, I was sub. And when I was in school, I did radio. I was a,
What?
a radio host for National Public Radio when I was in college.
You,
So I
I
did
hear the
both.
voice. I hear the radio voice.
Thank
I
you.
hear it.
Yeah, I did
You,
voiceovers. I did the whole shebang when I was in college. And so, yeah, that's where my passion and after that, I was like, I loved working with the kids so much. It was like a natural thing to me that I decided to take it up in, education and
mhm.
become, hopefully becoming a principal one day or, like a main teacher. And that's basically how it happened.
That is so dope. Like, and it takes a lot of patience.
It does.
Woo, to work with the Lou because they
And
they're
those are my favorite. They're
they
my favorite age group because they're like little sponges and
yes.
like I love kids. I do.
That is so dope. Okay, so I definitely did hear you say that you are the oldest of eight.
Yep, a tribe. I'm just kidding.
No,
Yes.
for real. How
Right.
was okay? So were you the only one that has a disability?
Well, yeah. Well, with the physical disability, I'm the only one. My sibling, one of my brothers, he has dyslexia. One of my older brothers, but that's what he had. I think two of my brothers actually. And maybe one of them had like speech issue. Nothing like physical. The
Nothing.
only I had
Okay.
a brother who had a car accident and then he ended up getting physical limitations later in life from it. But then, now he act like he's fine now. He
Yeah. Right.
wasn't thinking
Right.
through things like that. But that happened to him. But I'm the only one who was actually born with the condition.
So what was life like for you? Like living in a house with eight siblings, and you're one, you're the oldest, and then
Right.
two, you're the only one with a physical disability.
It was like, and it's interesting because I'm 4 years apart from one brother, my oldest brother. So
Mhm.
my siblings are really young. I think my little brother's like 21 or 22. And then
Wow.
yeah, and then I'm 38. So we have like a bunch of kids in between. I got five brothers and two sisters. Plus through marriage, I have another sister. So there's a whole group. So growing up, it was pretty cool. It was normal. I mean, they never. Well, you know what? Your brothers are gonna be your brothers. Like my brothers have a nickname for my foot. They call it Haywire. My brother always sees me. He tells me I got on permanent soccer shoe. He'll go like that. Like they're just dorks, but it's all we all tease each other. And I'm my
Right.
my best friend. She goes, "Oh my gosh," because she didn't grow up with boys. Because your brothers are so cruel. I'm like, girl, they
They
just
not.
silly.
That's
They
nice.
okay. It's life. They're just being silly. It didn't. I just cut. I came up with my own good jokes. It was great.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
know what? That taught me actually. So when other people, if they tease me or they said something, because I grew up in a house full of brothers and sisters, it actually helped me feel comfort in myself and not feel as mortified if someone teased me because I have brothers and any
I was
teasing they gonna
just
give you.
I was just about to ask you that. Did that build your confidence? That
Yeah,
build not your wall, but that build your character.
it does. It
Cause you
did.
can't
It
shake
did.
me.
You can't phase me. My brother, I always say, you guys are dorks, but I love them. Like they call me, Snow from what they call me. My brother, when I do blonde hair, he calls me a Targaryen, like from Game of Thrones or White Walker. They're just gonna, Jon Snow. They're just, but we laugh a lot, but it really helps me to have confidence to know that like people are gonna tease you. But one thing when I was younger, my mom would say, people are going to tease you, but guess what? You'll go home and you'll still be crying and feeling all that pain. They'll be at home watching cartoons. They're not thinking about nothing they said to you earlier, and you're holding it and then moved on. That
That
that stuck with me over the years.
no,
Like
that's true. They ain't thinking nothing about you
they not thinking about you. They said they little joke and go on.
and
And I
moved
would
on.
be if I'm at home crying and having this horrible experience, knowing that at the end of the day, I'm gonna see those same kids tomorrow. And when you grow up, and like it's interesting. I think as you grow up and you become an adult, you learn so much. Like some kids that might have been rude to you when you were younger, you see them years later, and they're like have families and stuff, and they'll be excited to see you, and you'll be like, "Oh, like you weren't rude to me when we were younger,"
Right.
They'll be like, "Hey," you're like, "Oh, hey," and they give you a
Right.
hug, like, "Oh my gosh, how are you?" And you're thinking in your head, "You're such a dork to me when I was
Right.
younger." It happens all the
That
time.
is so true. And then she'd be like, what did I even say? You talking about when we was 7? We are in our 40s, right?
Right. Well, I was like
Okay.
10. Like, yeah.
Right. I don't even remember. Yeah,
Right. And
that's
they're just hugging you. They don't know. They don't remember
so
that.
sincere. So sincere with the hugs and so sincere
Right.
with kissing you. And you still
Right.
like, you fat, you fun. Am I though?
Am I? Or did I just grow up?
I
Did
was a
I just,
kid.
or was it adolescence? Right. And it's like, I've had that happen where I was like, geez, they just don't like me. And then later on, they're like, oh my gosh, hi. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, hey.
Right. Yeah. No, so brothers are important.
Yeah.
Um I don't have any biological, but I grew up with all my cousins. I grew up
Hmm.
with my boy cousins, and they was rough riders. They talked about me, but if somebody talked about me, then they got
They
on
would,
me.
yep, yep. They could
They
say
got,
something, but nobody else better
they,
not. Hmm.
I wish they would. Like they wish someone else would say something about me. They could talk about me till I'm blue in the face. But let somebody look at me, say something, don't be nice. It's a wrap. They ready to fight. They ready to square up.
Yep.
Like
They're very protective over you. Absolutely. That's what family does that. So it just teaches you it teaches you love, and it also lets you know that words hurt. People say don't say that, sticks and stones will break my look. Some of them words is like stones.
them words stick.
Some of that stuff sticks. It's just something that, but I feel like if you have good positive reinforcement in your life, and the way you look at your life, the way you live your life, it will help you on how you handle people and handle things, that when things come at you'll be able to be like, you know what? I think the perfect example, I don't know, years back, I remember when Tabitha Brown, before she got popular, and that thing happened with Wendy Williams, and
Oh yeah.
she was like, "Oh, baby, God bless you, Wendy," and she handled that so well.
Top
But
tier.
her attitude and how
Oh
she deals
my
with
god.
life helped her respond in a way that probably shook a lot of people. Some people, I would have went off on her. I would have
Yeah.
no. It wasn't necessary. You can still defend yourself without getting out of character.
So true. She handled that with class. And I
Wow.
was like, that's how you tell somebody off respectfully.
Yeah.
That's
Truth.
you can't, mom. Which one? Not sure
Oh,
if you.
I can't see you. Your screen is black.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I thought that was me. It was just black. It's been black for like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry.
No way.
Yeah.
Ah, come on. I
I
really
so
this
should have
whole
said
time.
something. I thought it was me. I was like, oh, maybe my phone. I'm just
Not. I can see
That's why
you.
I said earlier, I was like, can you hear me, darling? Remember?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's a whack. Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm remove myself and come back on.
Okay. I'm still
Okay,
here.
can you see
Let's
me
see.
now?
Believe it or not, no, it's still black.
What the
Yeah.
the devil is trying to be busy, but he can't. Why in the world? All of a sudden,
Yeah, it just went black. Look, where are you?
Grandma,
Yeah.
I have no clue. Wait, we want to try this again. Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, that
That's
is
weird.
crazy.
Your voice is so comfort. I really thought that was me. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing. And I think in the chat someone had wrote it, and I was like, is
Gabe,
are they talking about me or?
leave completely, then come back. Okay, I'm gonna leave completely. Then Gabe, come on and say like 2 words or something, and then I'm gonna leave completely and come back. Cause no, we're not having that. Okay, I'll be back in like two
Okay.
seconds.
Sure. Well, I will take this opportunity to say thank you so much for having me on the show.
We are
I
glad
really
to have you. We're always glad to have a guest. This is what she does, and she's really good at it.
She is. She's a natural.
Okay,
Oh
there we go.
yay!
All right, I'm out.
All right, thanks, Dave. I appreciate you. Man, I really, because I could see you this whole time. And the fact that that you couldn't see me is so disturbing. It is, Grandma. The devil is a lie. I feel
You
like
know,
now we
I'm
gotta do
fired. I should have said I can't see you. I just thought maybe it was a glitch on my end, or I just.
no, well, because you know what? Everything shut down for like a second, and then everything was black. And I
Okay.
just thought it was like it was a glitch on the device that I mean on StreamYard. Like it wasn't on you,
Um,
and it was like, but it's okay if you didn't know. You
yeah.
didn't know. You didn't know. Man,
I had
I'm
no
sorry,
clue.
y'all. I'm sorry, everybody that was watching. Thank y'all for letting me know, and I still appreciate you for still talking. Like you still a real,
I was just rolling with the flow.
you're still a real talk. Oh my, that's so embarrassing. How can you not see me? Like the show must go. Thank you, Lo. The show must go on. Like it is, and
True.
I had something in my mind that I was gonna ask you, and I really forgot because you're not seeing me threw me off.
Oh,
Dang.
it's cool. Look, at least we can see you now. You know what? I will say this. Can I ask a question?
Oh yeah.
So, like growing up with the orthotics and stuff like that, did you have a particular pair of shoes that were just very comfortable to you? Did you have like some favorite prayers or like that were just your
Okay.
main shoe?
Okay. I'm glad you asked that because I don't really talk about myself a lot. I just be saying like bits and pieces of me. Okay. So growing up, I didn't have to wear like okay, how can I describe this? Growing up until probably around 20, I didn't have no like walker, no leg braces. I was like totally able to walk. It wasn't
Okay.
until I started getting older and I kept falling, kept tripping, and my feet kept getting weaker and slipping, and that's what started causing like feet problems. And
Hmm.
then it was growing more to like the drop foot and all that stuff. So as I got older, that's when I started wearing like my AFOs.
Hmm.
And I went on a season to where I did the orthotic shoes. I say I can't do it. Mm-mm. These
Yeah,
things are
they're
horrible.
hard to wear.
They're horrible. They're ugly, and I'm too
Yeah,
vibrant to be wearing these big old cloggers. No, we're not doing that.
they are.
So now I'm at a state right now to where I went through at least 6 or 7 years with having to wear different type of shoes, trying to figure out what fits my feet and what's comfortable. And because
Hmm.
I went through high top, low top, Chucks, no Chucks, Jordans,
Hmm.
all that, right? So
Right.
thank you. Thank you, Melinda. So now I um I am at a place to where I know what shoes I wear. Now, what shoes I wear are Jordans, high top Jordans. Those are the only
The
shoes
support.
that their support and they fit my feet in my braces and they don't hurt. Like I can stand, they have so much thickness, I can stand without having any problems.
Right.
And that's the shoe. So if you ever see my shoes, I'll probably show you like off camera. But my shoes, only thing I wear are Jordans. Like I have, that's it. I don't wear nothing else because I know it fits and I know it works, and that's the only thing I'm sticking with.
That's it. And that's what I knew. And that's why I always ask someone because you would be the one to know. Because, like, people are like, because I wear a lot of like flip flop Crocs, and people are like, you wear a lot of that's comfortable for this foot. That in those Sketcher, it's called Sketcher or K Swiss something. But
Uh-huh.
those are the ones that are comfortable for the type of foot that I have. And orthotics are uncomfortable. Me and you would be the only ones to know how uncomfortable those shoes. those implants and those shoes can be. I just had to ask that because I knew
Oh
that you would feel
my
me
God.
on that. Everyone has a favorite shoe that's comfortable just for
Yes.
the foot.
Yes. And I couldn't, and they were like, you need orthotic shoes because I don't have diabetes, but they were like, you need orthotic shoes because the way your feet are. And I was like, all right, let me try these little ugly things. And I even went to an orthotic store where
Mm-hmm.
supposedly
Mm-hmm.
they had up to date shoes. Child, I said, get me out of the store. Get me out of the store. Get me out because I can't.
Yeah.
Let's go to a regular shoe store and just see what work. And
Works
then
for
I
you.
did a lot of research too.
Yeah.
I did research on what shoes have the most supportive sole, because that's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I need the sole in my feet. It was so much. I'm so glad that you understand.
I do. Yeah.
I'm
And
so
that's why I asked that because I know I'm like, other people don't get. They're like, oh, you wear flip flops. Those look dangerous. Or you wear the thick, I wear the Crocs sandals.
yeah.
Or sometimes I can get, wear Crocs or certain things. But like certain, like I've never been able to wear high heels, like basically ever. I can't wear those. I can't wear high heels or my shoe game is very particular. And that's why I was like, I know, I feel you on how a shoe looks on your foot and how it feels and what's comfortable versus what people will recommend. And they don't have the
Yeah.
condition and they're recommending all these shoes that you can't wear. Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all, it's okay. And a lot of times I don't like to be rude because a lot of people feel like they know what's best for
Come
you.
on.
Never,
Yes.
they've never had not one medical condition at all.
Mhm. But they got all that
You
advice,
haven't,
huh?
I mean, they got, well, you should do this, well, you should do that. I'm just like, I just want you to live my body for 5 minutes. Just be in this body for
Five.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. And you see what works.
Yeah.
You see what works. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I even go through phases to where something does work at one season and then
And it don't
doesn't.
work like that. Yeah. Your body changes. I had a guy tell me once, I was just at Costco because I always get a little cart when I go to Costco. He goes, oh, I was like, no, I have a condition on my foot. I was sitting there and I was like, I can't walk around the store. He tells me, oh, all you need is you just need some New Balance. And I just go, oh, wow. Thank you for telling me for the 30 years of my life that I have endured all these things, that all I need is some New Balance. You just cured me.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. People think they know the answer and they just like, well, why don't you just do it? Or I don't get it. Or whatever I was doing at one season of my life and I can't do that anymore. They're like, well, I don't get what changed.
A lot.
Now, I don't know what changed either, but I gotta change with it. I have no
Right. A
clue what
lot.
changed. And a
You
lot of
know,
people, it's crazy.
go
Not to
ahead. A
toot,
lot of people. A lot of people
but
do that.
oh, a lot of people
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
answers that we cannot answer. We don't know.
I don't know.
That's
It's
all I
just
got.
something happened. It's just what happened. When I was 27, I got this rare. It was so bad. I thought I looked like a monster all over my stomach, around my back to my buttocks. I had these big old red. It was a huge outbreak. Oh, I was just mortified. I had to go to like 4 specialists. Come to find out it was some extreme random thing of eczema, nummular eczema.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I'm old. Like, where does this even come from? I gotta buy special cream. That was the one time it never came back. I had to go through specialists, but I looked like a monster. I was like, see, you think when you go through life that, well, life of, I'm not gonna say that because you said no religion, but these are things that happen in life. Life, it happens. There's no easy road for anyone. And yeah, at 27, out of nowhere, I'm over here looking like a monster. I'm like, what happened? Like, how did that happen? And but it happens. You can't predict what's gonna happen to you. You might lose a tooth in the front randomly, or who knows? It's just a part of
You
life,
don't. You don't
you
know.
know.
Now you can talk about religion. You just can't bash a religion, but you can talk
Oh,
about
okay.
religion.
I was just gonna say, life of a believer is not, one bed of ease. That's what I was gonna say.
That
It
is
never
so.
said it was gonna be easy. It never said that. It never said it was gonna be easy. And so, when stuff happens in life happens to the just and the unjust. So I don't
Mm.
just sit and woe is me.
Oh my
It
gosh,
happens to everybody. It's life.
that is so true, especially someone that is a believer. Like, we get hit the hardest. Like, our tests
Mhm.
be testing for real,
Real
for real.
test.
Yeah, like we
But
really
they're
be
their
going through.
examples. We go through a lot, but they're examples to the unbelievers, though. When people see you and your story, and they're like, "How can she smile?" or "How can they just be?" And when we say, it's nothing but the grace of God, or that's not me, that's God, that's something that He blessed me with, that spirit, right? I fit those. That's the truth. He uses those people to show His love here on earth. That's how I look at it, and it's true.
That's so true, and that's why I don't. I go by the scripture, and I live by the scripture. I live by, and anything I deal with, I live by this one scripture. Sure. What's the scripture? I literally just had it in my head.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was yeah, that's true. Shoot, what is it? I'm so freaking mad right now.
Like it come in and it go out. You sitting there,
All right, I was
you're gonna
just,
wake up and you're gonna go, wait a minute. Oh darn it, eating a piece of fruit. That was
and I was like, we need to go live. We need to go live real quick so I can say.
it. Right.
Oh, I found it. Okay, my comfort in my suffering is this: your promise preserves my life. So with that, that's the scripture I go by. Anything I went through, any situation I went through. Thank you, mom. Thank you, mom, because you already know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anything that I went through, I remember that because your promise preserves my life. It don't matter what I'm facing. I can't die because the promise has not fulfilled itself.
There you go.
Period. So I don't take it personal when I deal with life challenges. It's gonna come, but it's not about to take me out though.
That's right. Not until God called me home.
And that's
Until
it.
this assignment is done.
Right. And I
Hmm.
like I love that you said, like, when we do go through stuff, it is an example and it's a testament to show people that there is a God,
Yeah,
one, and he not only allows things to happen to you, he'll also be there through it.
He will. He'll guide you through the storm.
That's
He'll
it.
guide you through the storm. He will. And even if even if the storm is brought to you, he will guide you through the whole storm. He will give you what you need, to weather the storm. And even when it's not caused, for instance, somebody, you could be affected based off of somebody else and something that happened with him, but he will give you knowledge. Holy Spirit will guide you to give you what you need to help someone else in the midst of their storm that affects you too. It's just, he's so intricate like that.
It. He's so,
Intricate.
man.
He's so
That's,
intricate like that.
I'm like, God, how did you even think about that 2 weeks ago that it was going to be just what I needed today? Like, how did you remember?
How'd
Oh
you
my
remember? Or you'll just be sitting there, you'll be, when I want to do something, the Holy Spirit will be like, hey, go tell that lady right there how much I love her. And you're going, I'm like on the bus. This lady might think I'm nuts, and it's usually what you don't want to do. And you go up to her and go, man, I just want to tell you, God loves you. You're an amazing person. And I just want you to know that He loves you. And then the person starts crying and go, how did you know?
God.
And they
Let
start,
me think.
and you're like, oh my God, you crying too. Like, God, thank you for telling me. It's just, you never know how God will use you to help someone else, or how you share, or just a smile of kindness or whatever. He'll use you. If He can use Noah, He can use anybody. People are always going, we got to be perfect. And then I'm like, that's not true. He
No,
used
you're not.
Noah. Noah was drunk when he built the ark. Okay. He told him to put his wine to side. So
And Moses stuttered.
Moses stuttered
Come
really bad.
on. Come
And
on.
you everywhere you go through, Mary Magdalene, you name it. It was people who were flawed that had the biggest impact. And
So
I
true.
embrace it. The man who was at the pool and he was trying to get in there and he healed. Listen, you name it. There was a lot of people with disabilities, leprosy, all kinds of stuff back, and he used those same people to help, just as he's still doing today.
So true. And that's why I always say I'm grace. God graced me with this life, and because I'm still alive and I'm able to live through it, I'm
Yes,
gonna forever
ma'am.
be grateful. I'm gonna forever be grateful because he
Right.
didn't have to. Like, it's something in me that he created to allow me to go through this, and he's gonna provide whatever I need in this body because it ain't even mine. Like, it's his, so he got the tools.
It's
So he
borrowed.
know what I need.
It's borrowed.
It's borrowed. It's
Only for a
borrowed.
short time.
Right.
For a
That is
short time.
that is
You
so
don't know
true.
the day nor the hour. But
Man.
while you here, live it up, you know what I mean, to the fullest that you can and enjoy it because it goes by like that. Like, I feel like I was like, I'm going to my 20th year high school reunion in like a couple weeks. And I'm thinking in my head, like, bro, like, was it that long ago? That fast? I was in high school 5 minutes ago to me. I was in college like five
Man.
minutes ago. But it wasn't.
Right. That is so true. That is
It
so true.
goes by fast.
It really does. I love
Oh,
you, Charlotte. You're so
that's
sweet.
so sweet.
You're so sweet. I love I that's this is the reason why I do this show. This is the reason why, for things like this, like, I can able to talk to someone that's like-minded in their faith, because it is not, sometimes it is hard when the only one that's a believer. But I don't care. I'm still gonna say it. But it's always a beautiful thing when you have someone that deals with a medical condition as you, but you know the end goal, like, and you know who's the source of it all.
Right.
You
It's
know who's
nothing
the source.
like that. Because it's like we both know, we both understand, the love of God and how He has spared us and how we're just grateful. It's a different you when you go through your life and you're living life to be grateful, you have a whole different perspective. It's like, God didn't have to wake me up. Frankly, God, I always think of it like this. God could have let me be born in the 50s. That would have been weird. He could have let me be born during slave times. He could have let me be born at any time, but he chose this time. I am grateful for that. I
Yes.
could have been born, you know,
In a different
during the
state, in a different country.
different country. Even that, I could have been a child born somewhere that is, has limited help, or who's in an eternal conflict right now, Libya or something. Or I could, Syria, anywhere. I could have been born anywhere, but God chose me to be born here, this beautiful state,
Right.
even in the state, the country, right? There's different pockets of things where people are born to a different environment. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, thank you, God, because I remember my pastor once said, he was like, listen, if you live in LA and you alive and you eating, he was like, that's a lot
You
to be
living good.
grateful for. And I thought about it, I was like, he is so right. Can you survive? It's in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
for
Like, listen,
real.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I love listen, kids are the future. They're the ones who are gonna, we're getting old. My mom say we're old and dusty. You guys are gonna pass on to the next generation, and your light is what's gonna shine through the world and all the crazy. So, how you treat those kids and those teachings when they're young, it helps them develop to become
Mhm.
great people, great
Exactly.
human beings.
Right. That's true. Melinda, you're the best too. I love you. My favorite. Grandma, I love you too. Live the path God has for you. Exactly, Grandma.
Oh,
Exactly.
I wish I could have screenshotted that. That was awesome.
Oh,
Live the path that has. Oh, I love that.
gay people that back up.
Ooh, I'm gonna snap it. I'm gonna snap it. I hope my phone get it. It got it.
Boom. I too.
Live the path it
Oh,
has for you. That's
that is
wisdom.
dope. Grandma. That's what. and that's my grandma.
That's wisdom.
She's wise. Period.
Yeah, that's
Well,
wisdom.
Dominique, thank you so much for gracing the stage. Even though we had some technical difficulties, but it's okay because we got it done.
We did. It was a wonderful show. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for everyone who was so supportive in the chat and being giving us encouragement. That was so sweet. Thank you all.
I know. I love Aya. Thank you again so much. You're dope, and your name is dope. I mean, you're already dope. Like you're just dope. It just
We have great names. Woo, woo.
we have great names. Now you stuck with me for life.
Yep, I think our name is like French or something, and like means like French for like nice child. Or I'm probably wrong. Don't quote me, but
It's
it's
okay.
something I know it's French.
It's top tier. Whatever the name means, it's the best of the best.
Absolutely.
It's the best of the best. Gabe's gonna put you in the back. We about to end the show. Don't log off though. We're gonna end the show, and I'm gonna highlight you at the end. Love you.
Love you. Thank you.
You have to. Yo, I I love her. Like her story is amazing, and I'm super grateful. I want to say this real quick. I'm really grateful that even though there was some technical difficulties, she still stayed on it. She was like still like present, and she was doing her thing bizzle. And I thank all you guys that still stayed on despite me not even knowing that y'all couldn't even see me. Golly, how can y'all even see the hostess? Stream, y'all need to get that stuff together. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. I'm gonna say it every episode. Y'all can get tired of me saying it, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it every episode because I don't take it lightly. You guys don't have to. Y'all could be eating. Y'all could be watching a Lifetime movie, Hulu. I mean, it don't matter. Y'all could be doing something. So I'm grateful for you guys tuning in. All right, real quick. So let's get into the church announcements. So church announcements. If you have a disability and or medical condition and you want to be on the show, holla at me. Let me know. Or even if you know someone. And thank you to those that send me people that are potential guests because I be using them, as you could tell. But if you know someone that wants to be a guest on the show, let me know. Now, here's the thing. Do not send me people that stub their toe, that has a hangnail, that hit their elbow on the drawer. Thank you. I love you. Don't send me them people because get some Neosporin, get some lotion, and go on about your business. We ain't thinking about you. Go on, walk it off. I need someone that's dealing with real life stuff, breaking the stigma beyond their condition. I need them type of people. So if you know someone, or if you are that person that wants to be a guest on the show, y'all know my guests are dope. Like y'all could tell, like all my guests are super dope. Holla at me, let me know. I would love to have you. Also, next Tuesday we are live and in living color. 7 p.m. Pacific. Say with me. Say with me. 8 p.m. Mountain Time. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And what else? 10 p.m. Eastern. That'll preach right there. That'll preach right there. We live in living color next Tuesday, 7 p.m. And all the rest of the time. Y'all get it. It's 7 p.m. my time. So that's most important. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank y'all for watching the replay. Thank you. And for that, I'm grateful. All right, we out. I got a turkey leg to eat for real. I'm about to eat my turkey leg because a mother is hungry. Amen. But y'all don't log off though because y'all gotta see the sponsors. All right, love y'all. Gabe, get me out of here.